Latest quarterly earnings show the paper's subscription revenue passed $1 billion in 2017. Digital subscriptions, that is. And growth is coming mainly from digital subscribers. The chief executive of the New York Times company told me people will pay for good journalism.
We think the future is really great journalism. And the big thing about the quarter we've just reported, it was a quarter with amazing coverage from the New York Times of politics in the US and around the world, but also it was a quarter when we broke the Harvey Weinstein story and set off a kind of debate about sexual harassment, which is echoing to this day. So, you know, our thesis is invest in great journalism, deliver it to the public in an effective and useful and attractive digital package, and people will pay. And that seems to be borne out by our results.
I'm not alone, but I'm in a dwindling number, Mark, of people who still look forward when I'm in New York, obviously, to getting my hands dirty on the hard copy of the paper. But it does raise the question, you know, how much of a dinosaur am I?
Well, you better look in the mirror if you want the answer to that question, Richard. But I mean, my view is our print platform. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great product. We have still today hundreds and hundreds of thousands of very loyal print subscribers, and we want to go on serving them for as long as it makes economic sense. And I think for the New York Times, that's going to be many, many years in the future. So it's a wonderful thing. Long may it last. I have to say, though, as chief executive, my job is to think hard about the future of the New York Times beyond that point. And what we're planning out is a company which will be really successful and investing in great journalism after print is over.
What do you make of the MPs, the British MPs, with their fake news hearings in Washington? Now, obviously, CNN, we've had our Facts First campaign. You've had your own campaign. The Washington Post has had its own campaign. And now MPs are coming to find out exactly what it is all about, the question of fake news. Do you feel that the fake news moniker that's been put by the president is taking hold?
So I think it's a real issue. The MPs, by the way, came into the New York Times earlier this week, and I gave them a cup of English tea, and we sat down and talked about this topic. So my view is this: although I don't think we know for sure whether many people in Brexit or many people in the US election changed their vote because of false news, we do know there's a pretty systematic campaign with all sorts of actors involved. Some politicians, Donald Trump's a good example. Some, it looks like, national interests, the Russians being one good example of that, who want to blur the difference between news reporting and opinion, and want to blur, in some cases, the difference between rational, evidence-based reporting and mad conspiracy theories. And I think that kind of leveling so that the public get confused about what to believe or what not to believe is a serious issue. I want to say that I believe that the leaders of Google, the leaders of Facebook, take that issue very seriously, and I welcome the fact that the British Select Committee is over here trying to find out more. I think it is a shared issue. I mean, we're in the real news business, we're not in the fake news business, but it troubles me that there are many people out there who don't believe what we report, even though we know it's true, because they've been told not to believe it. So it's a real issue, I think.